Oh my Godzilla. Are you sitting down? If not, go sit down. This thing is a beast. Or should I say a monster or a kaiju? Whatever you want to say. Pretty excited, as you can tell. So let's just jump straight into it. This is the S.H.Monsterarts Godzilla 2004 from the average movie, dare I say. Godzilla Final Wars. Actually, I shouldn't say average. It's cool, but kind of bad. I don't know, it's not one of my favourites. What do you think? Do you love the Final Wars movie? If so, let me know down below. It is pretty cool with all the monsters and all the homage to the old movies. So if you've watched all the movies, it definitely is a lot better. Unless you just go straight in without knowing anything. The fights are cool. Yeah, I know. Not one of my favourite ones, but still a pretty fun watch. But the monsters in it are awesome. And we keep getting them. We had Space Chicken already, who I do have a review of. And while he is boxed away at the moment, I will be getting him out this weekend for some photos with the Godzilla here. So you can check those out on Instagram if you are interested. And also yesterday, the pre-order for Monster X, the big bad monster from the Final Wars movie, has gone on pre-order on Premium Bandai in Japan. So yeah, excited to get that in a few months' time. Anyway, on the back of the box here, I mean, this one doesn't come with any accessories, as we'll see in a moment, but we do have a nice selection of posing, which you can do with this figure, and his articulation is, I don't know, maybe it is the best of the line. I have heard the 2002 one is really good, but I don't have it, unfortunately. But on the front, we do have the new blue Bandai logo, Tamashii logo, and this is a retail release, so no Premium Bandai logo on it. But we do still have the Tamashii Nations Quality seal. So yeah, box itself looks really nice, but let's just pop them open and get a close look at the fig, because that is why we are here. If I can even get it open. There we go. Dun dun! Okay, here we go. Well, actually, hang on a minute. Look at that shoulder gap and that mouth that doesn't. Hang on a minute. That's right. These articulate. Let's just fix that up. Oh, there we go. So, anyway, as you can tell, straight from the box. Yeah, I think his articulation. Well, we'll get onto that in a moment. But his sculpting is really nice. I mean, I don't really think there's really a bad S.H.Monsterarts. All the detailing, the scaling looks really nice. The spines are really good, and yeah, just all the sort of detailing and colouring with the kind of darker and the lighter grey areas on the spine, and that goes all the way down to essentially the tip there, which is great to see. A little bit more on his neck as well. And then the paint job and colouring on his claws look really good. These actually look like nails or claws on an animal, so I think that's really good. You've got like the kind of lighter colour, the orange and yellows coming through there for white. Yeah, I love it. The eyes as well, we've got a nice orange with a black pupil. The teeth, I mean, the teeth on these figures are never 100%, I guess just due to the sizing and the shape. It's kind of hard to get that consistently out of a mould, I guess, but yeah, overall I think they do look pretty good. So yeah, the look, the sculpt, everything on there, he looks really good. It's been a little while since I've seen the movie, but I'm pretty sure he looks pretty accurate to the movie. So yeah, let me know below if you are a huge fan of the suit and design, if it really does match up well or not. Now, he was actually shown off just recently, last week, during the Godzilla online store, and yeah, they didn't really pose him out of a box. Depending on the joints, his arms may be down quite low, which does give a big gap, but as we'll see in a moment, everything can move around really well, and his jaw as well can move left and right and up and down really easily. So if you're not careful, you can get him into a pretty derpy look, which hey, maybe you're going for that in a kind of a fun comedic photo. But yeah, design, sculpt, finish, I think it looks really good. One of the better ones we've had in a while. So yeah, digging the look, but I think what really makes this figure stand out is his articulation, and I think that really makes up for the fact he has no accessories, no additional hands or anything like that. What you see is what you get out of the box. So yeah, let's just jump in and check out the articulation. Starting with his head, yeah, I mean, pretty nice left and right tilt. He can go all the way up, and these inner parts will move decently far, but if you push it too far you will get a kind of an ugly gap, so you do have to be careful there. All the joints feel really nice and smooth. It's just a pleasure to play with, to be honest. You do have to be careful depending on the angle. As I mentioned earlier, you do get some big gaps, but I think that is just part of the design to allow him to get that extra articulation in there. As long as you have him on the right angle, those gaps aren't really noticeable. And as we saw before, his mouth has a pretty good range of motion as well, can open out quite far, and this as well, I guess and it's kind of loose, so that's where you do get the quite far left and right movement as well, which generally you don't want, as it does give him that kind of weird derpy look, kind of like a broken jaw. It could be quite cool when we have him posed with Monster X and he's just kind of getting that punched on the side and dislocating the jaw. So lots of cool possibilities going forward. Moving down to the shoulders, as we saw before, these kind of move down decently far and up, and you can swivel these all the way around. So with that, I just knocked his hand off. As a lot of monster arts, sometimes their wrist pegs are a little bit on the small side. But you know, as I was saying, both arms move extremely well up and down, so you've got a fantastic range of motion there. Moving down to his waist, it's kind of a little bit hard to see. Hopefully you can see there. Yeah, decent. Maybe not quite as good as the Shin Godzilla, but he can definitely move forward quite far, and he's got a couple of points there. So the top part is more of a left and right swivel, whereas the inner one is for forward and back. Moving down to his legs here, again, these here, normally they have that kind of semicircle oval shape which will kind of hinder the movement a little bit, but you can go a full 360 on these legs, which is pretty amazing. And again, you've got the decent knee joint there as well. Not too far, but definitely a bit more than your standard figure, which is really nice. Again, you do have the kind of big gaps in here, but depending on the angle you pose them at, you won't really notice. I feel like they've kind of compromised some of those gaps to allow for the better range of articulation on this figure. I think it's worked out pretty well so far. The ankles, again, pretty nice. Everything just feels really smooth and good. Yeah, as I said earlier, digging this figure a lot. Okay, moving down to my favourite part of these Monster Arts figures, and that is the tail. And yeah, look at that, everything just moves and feels so good. It reminds me of a mini version of the recently released Ultimate figure with a tail. You've got many points of articulation down here, it goes all the way down to the tip, which I love to see. Often it kind of stops about this point here, so you have this one solid part of the end and it looks a bit weird, but now you've got the kind of full range of motion. So you can curl it right up and around. So yeah, loving that tail. Jumping into the pros and cons now for this figure. I mean, even Godzilla here himself is in shock, wondering why he is so good for a retail release. He's cheap as well. In shop today, I actually talked my friend into buying him for only 7,900 yen. So a great price to find in the wild. Most other shops were in the mid 8,000 yen range. So yeah, being retail, that's one great thing. You can get a good deal in store. So yeah, pros. Articulation, fantastic. I'll chuck some photos at the end of this video as well. Highlighting some of the cool poses you can do with him, like the one he is in now. The sculpt, again, nice. The finish, the paint job, the eyes look really good. Even the teeth are looking nice. The paint job on the claws, fantastic. I love the colouring, everything about him aesthetically, I love. Though into the cons, no accessories. It would have been nice to get some type of blast effect. I don't know, some rubble. I love accessories. Everyone loves accessories. Who doesn't? Getting some of those with these figures would be good. Next part is the gaps. That's one reason why I did kind of put him in this pose here. Some angles he'll look fantastic, but as you kind of have him swing around, you will notice some more gaps in the back here. So that is one of the trade-offs for the articulation. Personally, I'm happy with that, but I know some people won't be, so I do want to bring attention to that as well. If you really push into the extreme limits of this articulation, you will get more gaps compared to some other figures. But again, I think this is going to be a personal preference. For me, I'm okay with it, and again, it depends on the angle you're going to be looking at them. So you can play around and fiddle to get it just right to minimize those gaps as well. So yeah, overall fantastic release. Definitely looking forward to Monster X, and I'm really hoping we get a Zilla, a 98 Godzilla, since he also does make a cameo in the Final Wars movie. So if we got him as well, I think that would be really cool. So yeah, let me know below who you want next from the Monsterarts line. And yeah, jump on rockchala.com. It's had a massive update with a Monsterarts section, so you can make your own collection tracker list. You just click on the boxes, download it. For the figures I do have, for basically most of the recent ones, 360 images, full range of images, and I will be getting images for the figures I don't have later on. Details, anything like that, anything you want to know about the Monsterarts, you can check out there. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. Check out the images at the end of this video, and I'll also be posting some on Instagram over the following days. If you have any questions, let me know below. Anything you want to check out on this figure, again, just ask me and I'll take care of that this week. Anyway, again, thank you very much for watching. Until next time, cheers!